Here we go then. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so you may have heard the saying, age ain't nothing but a number. And here is Julie Lewis, who's a living testimonial to that line itself. So Julie, you are an author, you're a mountaineer, you're an adventurer. I mean, she's a bit of everything. Before we began this interview, she took me to the beach and said, right, we're going to be doing a 15 minutes walk that way, 50. And I'm like, how old are you? That I'm exhausted right now, but you have so much energy. But I want to start about your story because I think it will motivate so many people. You climbed your first mountain at 40. What happened to make you suddenly change from what kind of life you had to suddenly being this adventurous lady at 40?
Yeah, well, my background's in sports science, so I've always been super active. It's a challenge for me to sit still for a very long time, you've noticed. And so I was in the health, fitness and sports industry background, and around 23 years ago, kind of, I would call a significant emotional experience, impact and influence the rest of my life and my career, actually. When my husband of 7 years, a professional squash player, collapsed and died with a heart aneurysm.
And you were only 36?
I was 36, he was 41, and that was totally out of the blue and unexpected. And then I decided, I need to go away. I've had this inner journey of, self-inquiry and searching, and now it's time to really kind of break the bonds and go on a journey. So it was a kind of tears, the journey, and a journal. So I wandered around Australia for a while. I wandered around the US, then came back and thought, what do I want to do with my life? I didn't want to go back into the sports and recreation industry. So I actually started a list. I like traveling, adventure, meeting people, connecting with new cultures, blah, 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 blah. And I thought, adventure tourism, that would be really, really cool. And as part of that journey, I actually went to Malaysia on an educational trip with the tourism board. And on that trip, Poonam, I saw the most gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous mountain that just had my name all over it.
But had you been attracted to mountains before this?
No.
So do you think the mountain was calling you?
Definitely it was calling me. It had my name all over it. And I said, what's the name of the mountain? How long does it take to climb it? What's the best time of the year to come and climb it? And I remember our guide said, April is good. And I thought, I'm going to be 40 next year. That would be a really lovely way to remember myself and that's the challenge, purposely chosen challenge to go and climb a mountain. And in 2002, which the UN designated International Year of the Mountains, how cool is that? I was standing on top of Kota Kinabalu at 5:30 in the morning with my arms outstretched. I'm on a mountain, I'm on a natural high. Wow, Mountain High, that would be a really cool name for an expedition company. And just that feeling of remembering yourself, being empowered, being with nature, being grounded and strong and resilient like that mountain, and really, your higher self, your higher purpose. So it was definitely an epiphany flashbulb moment. And, a lot of people said, well, you want to go and climb a mountain for on your 40th birthday? You should be having parties. And I said, I'll have a party when I come back. And I literally remember coming down the mountain thinking, I was born to do this. This is what I need to do next.
So when you lost your husband at such a young age, your future that you thought you were having literally flipped, right?
Yeah.
So in many ways, when you look back, do you think in a very bizarre way that was meant to happen to bring you to where you are as part of your journey, no matter how sad that was?
Sure. I'm a great believer, there's the saboteurs, the victim, why me, and the controllers and the sticklers. And then there's the sage saying, what did I learn from this? What is the gift in this? Was I just meant to be here for, he meant to be here for that time period, and then he's transitioned and I'm now on this new path, and I'm literally going really far right, off the compass that I'd planned. And then you think that's actually a gift, and really to turn that experience, a significant emotional experience, into an opportunity for other people to travel, connect with new cultures, and really physically, mentally, emotionally challenge themselves, but in a lovely way, in terms of reclaiming their personal power and actually going out in nature and listening to nature's sights and sounds and resilience and intelligence. So for me it was very restorative, transformative, and I think when you can flip something into, and it doesn't happen just in a week or overnight. I mean, it was 3 years after that I actually was drawn to call the mountain, because it called me on this, you know, bizarre ability to go on an expedition.
So I think a lot of us forget the actual power when it comes to nature healing us. I mean, for me, I'm drawn to the ocean. I know you're drawn to the ocean too.
Yeah.
I think the most amazing thing is I know you don't mind me saying this, she's a woman who's very brave. She's approaching 60 next year, which
yes,
means
yeah.
you, tell us the mountains you've climbed. Just give us a list.
Island Peak in Nepal, Kilimanjaro a couple of times, Damavand in Iran.
I just went round the block with her on the beach. That's about all I could do today. So I know that it's helped you, it's healed you, it's given you a goal and a motivation. I've seen how energetic and fit you are for your age, which I just love. It inspires me. You know, I turned up this morning, she had a bandana and a shorts, and she was ready to go. How has your change of direction in life and walking with you on these mountains inspired other women and men to take the journey with you, and what's it done for them?
I think just to be able to leave behind your technology, explore a new country, all of a sudden you're neurally alive, you're awakening your senses. What am I seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, feeling? And it's just really bringing you back to your true essence, you know, because we are part of nature.
We've all been struggling, you know, with not that much physical activity for the past year due to COVID. So I know that you haven't done a lot of expeditions which you'd planned as well. What are you doing every day to keep yourself still mentally and physically and emotionally fit?
I have a kind of little think, eat, move, sleep, hydrate, meditate for peak performance. And it's really like brushing my teeth for me. I wake up, I'll meditate, then I'll go for a walk, I'll have a swim, I'll go kayaking, I'll do a Sevens app. And I just think now even more than ever, you know, that your health is your first wealth. So for me, it's a non-negotiable. You know, if I've not exercised or meditated or done something in the day, I'm kind of like, you know.
You know how people have like pictures on the bedside of like gurus and stuff? I'm going to have a picture of Julie Lewis to say, today you're going to the gym, girl.
Yes, mind over mattress.
It is. So I have no excuse, Julie. I just want to say I wanted to bring you on the show just to inspire other people, because I've only known you recently. Yeah. And just this morning doing that walk with you, you really inspired me to start the day well. You've been through so much in life. You know, people complain about the stupidest things in life. So I just want to say thank you for just bringing such positive and good energy into my life. It's been a pleasure knowing you, and I'm looking forward to getting to know you even more.
Yep.